It's Monday, the 26th of 28th of October 2024. And my friends, I welcome you back on my live stream broadcast for today. And as I put on my heading, it's a very interesting case with the Ombudsman Commission of Papua New Guinea, and one of the most prominent political figures in this country, who entered politics as a human rights lawyer, and as in between he's been transformed into a yoga coach and yoga fanatic, and it's none other than Powes Parkop. Now this man, if you like, I would call him a real con man. And a con man is somebody who lies all the time and engages in fraudulent activities. Back in 2017, I posted something about his fraudulent conduct in accepting more than 1 million Kina from the Constantinos and putting it into his private bank account for a contract for a road that was only less than 100 meters that they ended up paying 100 million. And he got the kickbacks and he channeled it into his account, and he used that money for his to bribe voters on election day. But all these comments about these corrupt people in public office don't seem to get anywhere. The ombudsman, for some reason, just like the police prosecutors and other law enforcement agencies, they use the law to play politics for the political masters. So today we have a very interesting case where something was sent to me, a document was leaked to me about the Ombudsman Commission, who have written to the NCDC board, including the chairman, on a letter that was signed by Chief Ombudsman, the Chief Ombudsman and Water Ombudsman, that's Richard Pagan and Kevin Kepori, who sent this letter to the NCDC board of NCDC board and the governor on the 25th of October 2023, which is almost 12 months from now. Now, since they've given this notice, they have never acted on referring him to the public prosecutor for having siphoned up to 45 million from 2015 to 2023. Now, that's a lot of money. And as we speak now, money is still being siphoned from the Commission's account to Fazila Bazari, a woman of Indian origin, and a company doing the yoga and other activities in the city. And that lady, Fazila Bazari, is also recognized as one of Powes Parkop's wives, if you like, as they've been living together and sharing the same flat, and they've also appeared on public appearances, public occasions here and internationally. They were cited in Indonesia as well. So it brings to the question the integrity of the Office of the Ombudsman Commission. What was the intention of giving that letter to the governor of the NCD and the board on the non-accountability of public finances and the abuse, the fraudulent abuse of almost 45 million from 2015 to 2019? And I'm not new on this. I've been exposing it all the way through. I said, this particular politician is nothing more than the scumbag conman. Now, he has paid 45 million Kina into his lovers' companies and accounts. And the Ombudsman Commissioner, Mr. Richard Pagan, and his other Ombudsman Commissioner, Kevin Kapore, there were only two Ombudsman Commissioners. There were only two men commissioned. And the Prime Minister had failed, the government had failed to put in the third Ombudsman Commission for a very long time until recently when we complained about it. So, again, you can see the political manipulation of the law enforcement agencies, including the Ombudsman Commission, which is supposed to be the constitutional office that is supposed to be impartial and independent. So, the Ombudsman Commission has no integrity whatsoever. They have sent this letter specifically to blackmail Powes Parkop and his party members to stick with the current Marape government or face prosecution. Since Powes Parkop was locked in and could not move from Marape's side, he has been spared prosecution. Now, if this is the trend applied by the Chief Ombudsman Commission, he ought to be investigated and prosecuted for abuse of office. Since this particular letter that the Ombudsman Commission had sent to the NCDC and the chairman has come to our notice, it's come to my notice as the president of the NGO known as the People's Anti-Corruption Movement. What I'm going to do now is to write a formal letter of criminal complaint to the police commissioner and the police force to investigate Powes Parkop and Fazila Bazari and all other members of the commission on the act of omission and the crimes they have committed in spending public monies into a company that is related to the governor as his wife or a concubine. Now that's the law. The governor of NCD has abused his office to make unlawful payments in engaging his own mistress in small contracts like yoga and all other things across the city. So that in itself is a crime. Furthermore, we are going to call upon the Prime Minister to suspend the NCDC Commission and to investigate it with an auditor. And if the Prime Minister doesn't do it, then he will not do that, because right now he's hanging on the support of people like Powes Parkop and all the other corrupt politicians. Once he starts to prosecute them, he will be out of office. So it's become a catch-22, as I've always stated. The politicians are parasiting on each other, and as they are parasiting on each other, law and order, all the country's problems, country's wars, socio-economic wars, political wars is getting out of hand. Unemployment is soaring, there's a breakdown in the law and order in the city, and all the money is channeled into their own personal interests, like we have seen. So today, I'd like to let my followers know, and all other anti-corruption fighters right across the country, we are the People's Anti-Corruption Movement Incorporated will file a criminal complaint against the Governor of NCD, Honourable Powes Parkop, to the police for abuse of office in paying himself or paying his girlfriend or his mistress. And secondly, we will obtain a summons for him to come to the court, because he has repeated it so many times. In 2000, like I had said earlier, before the 2000 elections, he had awarded a less than 100-meter road contract for 100 million, and he ended up receiving benefits, as we have information, and we've made it public. And the police and the Ombudsman Commission have done nothing today. Now, recently, we have received leaked documents to us that were signed by the Ombudsman Commissioner and his other Ombudsman, Mr. Kevin Kapore, on the 25th of October 2023, which is 12 months ago, and they have not taken any action. So this has brought me and my organization to the forefront, and we're going to attend to this matter by writing to the police and the ICAC, laying out a criminal complaint that the Governor of NCD has abused his office. in making fraudulent payments to his mistress, totaling more than 50 million since 2015. Now that's a concern. When we have all sorts of problems in this city, where we don't have good roads, we don't have lighting, we have criminals who are infesting all the roadsides, the bus stops, and they just killed a young lady, a young girl, 3 weeks ago. Her body has been taken to Chimbu to be buried, and the relatives will be back here to petition the NCD for negligence in making the city a safe place. And these are the sort of things that are happening now. Politicians are trading political power at their level, and they are using the law enforcement agencies like poor Mr. Richard Pagan as a pawn. They tell him whom to move and whom not to move, and they're making a mockery of the system here. Like I said earlier, Mr. Pagan and his Ombudsman Commission have made abuse their office. They also should be charged for misconduct in office because they singled out 2 politicians leading up to the 2022 elections. They singled out Sam Basil and they singled out Brian Kramer for being vocal. And they didn't want them to jump sides. And Marape abused his powers in directing the Ombudsman Commission to threaten these people and contain them for his own survival. And we have seen that Brian Kramer was the only person who was referred to the public prosecutor to be prosecuted for misusing his DSIP. And after the elections, the Ombudsman came out to reveal that everybody in this country, all the 118 members, had never submitted the DSIP and the PSIP for the last 5 years. So here we have an Ombudsman Commissioner that is totally compromised, and he should resign as soon as possible because he is not able to perform his duties above board. And likewise, we are also calling on the Commissioner, I'm calling on the NCDC Governor to resign from office for engaging in fraud, paying 45 million plus to his mistress and the other companies for his own benefit. So it's all shared amongst her and himself. So these are very serious allegations, and the Ombudsman letter to the NCDC and the governor is now a public document. I've got a copy of that, and I will table that in court as evidence that the Ombudsman Commission has been used to blackmail politicians in this country. With that, I also want to remind our followers right throughout the country, the private hospital, the new hospital, the NCD hospital to be built at Tete Settlement for 800 million Kina is a classic example of siphoning money. We are told that the governor of the governor of NCD and the commission had put 20 million upfront to this one-armed bandit from Sri Lanka or India, who's involved in land racketeering. And now they've got another 30 million Kina approved by the Department of National Planning, also paid into this guy for design of this 800 million Kina hospital. And this is not through the health department. They have not done the procurement through the health department. So we are going to investigate all this and have refer the governor and all his Indian cronies, including Fazila and the guy who owns Fanny Limited, who's trying to put up a private hospital, to the police to be prosecuted immediately. With that, I want to thank you, all my supporters, for watching me today. This is a very serious allegation, and I am calling on the Prime Minister. If the Prime Minister is watching, you will now have a constitutional obligation, a duty to suspend the NCDC and appoint a caretaker administrator, 1. And 2, if you don't do that, we will also look at how we can prosecute you for playing politics with public finances. Governor Powes Parkop should resign immediately and allow administrators to take over and carry out the functions of the commission, because it's fallen apart. The city is in complete disarray. With that, I thank all my followers for watching. You can make your comments and you can come forward to support us, but we will take action. We will take action by referring the governor of NCD and his commission to the Police Fraud and Anti-Corruption Directorate, and we will also take a court action asking the court for the NCDC governor to come and table the audited reports of all public accounts to do with the National Capital District Commission for the last 24 months, because that has not been audited as far as we are concerned. Thank you for watching me today. John Endemongo Kua, President of the People's Anti-Corruption Movement.